Folks, is there ever going to be a time in Donald J. Trump's life when he will not be sued either by a woman or a business or a state? Is there ever going to be a time? I just feel like this guy was just born on, put on this earth just to be a nuisance and just flat out somebody who just goes against the grill. You might say a rebellious spirit. Hey folks, John here. Thank you for tuning in and welcome back once again to This World My Take, your go-to space where the headlines meets real talk. How you guys doing, folks? It's Monday, it's a new week, and I hope that you're doing everything and it's off to a good start for you. Folks, go out there and put your right foot first, and hey, go after your dreams. That being said, folks, I would like to beg on you to please support the platform out, and the only way you can do that, folks, is to hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and turn on your notifications so that whenever I do drop something, you definitely be the first to get notified. Let's not talk too much, and I appreciate you. God bless you, folks. Conventional media houses are not running this story yet because they choose what they want you to know. And which is why so many scholars have said that media houses are some of the most powerful tools that governments use. And if you notice, whatever a society focuses on is actually what the media houses tells them or portrays. Now, there's this story which starts today of the Donald J. Trump administration, especially with Donald Trump leading it, his first criminal trial, which starts today in California. Yes, I know some of you guys might not have heard of it because they're not reporting on it. So, which is why we keep begging on you, and I will keep begging on you to please support independent news, channels like this one whenever you can, because we always go beyond what the media houses would do. So, folks, if you guys remember a couple of months ago where there were the riots in California, and Donald J. Trump, in his typical authoritarian move and his gangster mob kind of mindset, this man deployed the National Guard, the military, to the state of California, a move which was met with fierce resistance and fierce pushback by the governor of California, Gavin Newsom. And we have seen that this man has been that defiant force. Heck, today he sent a message out to Donald J. Trump regarding the redistribution move that is happening in Texas. I digress, folks, but let's come back to the whole purpose of this vlog. Now, this criminal trial brought forward by the state of California was actually against the Posse Comitatus Act of 1878. Now, you might be asking, but John, what is the Posse Comitatus Act of 1878? I'm going to tell you exactly what that is. The Posse Comitatus Act of 1878 is a U.S. federal law that restricts the use of the military for domestic purposes. Like, you cannot use the U.S. military to enforce domestic, whatever it is. It really doesn't matter, because we did see and we did watch how the military came into California and a whole lot of mess went down, folks. Now, what was the purpose of this Posse Comitatus Act of 1878? Now, it was designed to actually prevent the federal government from using the army and later the Air Force as a policing force within America's border, unless, ladies and gentlemen, pay attention, unless specifically authorized by the Congress or the Constitution of America. Now, we all know that Donald Trump has not been using the Congress. This man has been doing things without the authorization of the Congress, which makes this guy a lawless riffraff who just thinks that he can just do whatever he wants to do without being held accountable. And if you guys remember, the governor of California did come out during that period, and he said it categorically clear that the Trump administration will be held accountable, because he knew, and we all knew, we saw that the use of the army was unnecessary during that protest. That was something that was supposed to be done by the governor himself. And this man bypassed the powers of the House of the Governor to bring in the army. Now, let me give you some historical context of all this Posse Comitatus Act of 1878. If you don't yet know, it was passed on the 18th of June in 1878, ladies and gentlemen, and it came at the end like a reconstruction tool after the Civil War, which went down in this beautiful country when federal troops were stationed in the South to enforce civil rights and maintain order. Now, after the Civil War ended in America, there were certain states that were actually still actively involved with the trading of the catching, the arrest, and the farm work of slaves. So some of these slaves would run from one part to the other part of America, and they were free, like the same country. So this was a tool that came into place, and Southern Democrats resented the military presence. It's not a good thing when you leave your house and everywhere you go, you see the military. Folks, America is not a military state. America should not run and function like North Korea. But we are seeing this Dumbo in the White House taking America towards that direction, which is why the governor of California and the state of California brought this criminal trial against Donald J. Trump. And if this man is found guilty, he definitely would do some jail time. Now, I know that a sitting president cannot actually do jail time, but it would be this is like his first criminal move, folks. His first criminal move. Now, what are the key provisions of this Posse Comitatus Act? And let me tell you, using the U.S. military or Air Force to execute domestic law in this country without express authorization from the Congress or the Constitution, folks, it does not cover like the National Guard unit under state control. It doesn't. It doesn't cover the Coast Guard. It doesn't. And it definitely doesn't cover the Navy, the Marine Corps. Though Department of Defense policies later extended similar restrictions. Folks, let me say this. There is an exception, though, to this Posse Comitatus Act. Congress can pass laws. For example, the Insurrection Act allowing military involvement. This is the only exception. Now, how relevant is this to this period right now, ladies and gentlemen? The modern relevance of all this, it is invoked in debates that using the military for domestic purposes like riot, like border security or disaster response, often this is misunderstood because it doesn't absolutely ban military involvement, but it sets restrictions. Now, let me just say this. This case is starting today. Conventional media houses are not going to push it. We all saw that a judge in California ruled that it was wrong, and then Trump administration, in typical Trump fashion, pushed it to the appeal court, which actually they didn't even mention the whole Posse Comitatus Act, which is what Trump does to delay, and he keeps doing his criminal activities in the background while he's waiting for that. Folks, I would like to end this vlog by asking you this. Are we in North Korea already? Do you think, I want to leave your comment down in the comment section, folks, and let me know, do you think that this guy will ever respect the Constitution of America? And do you think that this man is slowly going to try to re-amend or rewrite the construction of this beautiful country? Hey, folks, this one is complicated, and we will keep talking about it. Stay blessed, and do not forget to please do support the platform. God bless you.